tawanan, lahat ng iyong all-time hits. Ang tanging huntahan ng Masanglamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan. Kool FM. You are listening to Kool FM. Live from Kool Studios. This is koolNews at noon.
Good afternoon and welcome to koolNews at noon. I'm Cairo. Philippine National Police Chief General Romel Francisco Marbel on Sunday said the police force is now implementing a recalibrated approach in its fight against illegal drugs. This approach prioritizes targeting the sources and supply chains rather than focusing on street-level pushers and users. He said this drive is designed to be more effective and less violent as it puts premium on human rights while addressing the drug problem at its very core. Marbel characterized the drug problem as a complex issue. Our previous strategies concentrated too much on cutting off the heads, but we need to target the body, the entire supply chain, and the resources driving the drug trade, he said in the statement. The recalibrated strategy will involve intensified intelligence operations and stronger community engagement to identify and dismantle drug trafficking networks, he noted. We are now focusing on high-value drug personalities and the movements of illegal drugs across the country. These are the real targets, those who orchestrate the trade and profit from it, not the street-level pushers and users who are often victims of circumstance, Marbel explained. The PNP chief underscored the importance of minimizing bloodshed as he pointed out that with this approach, we are not only saving lives but also working toward a better future for our nation. We are committed to addressing the drug issue with compassion, strategy, and adherence to the rule of law. Marbel stated that this strategy is a crucial step toward achieving the objective of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. for a safer and more secure Philippines. Meanwhile, police seized illegal drugs with an estimated street value of 1.7 million pesos and arrested 2 suspects in a sting operation in the province of Negros Occidental. In a separate statement, PNP Drug Enforcement Group Chief Brigadier General Alazar Mata said Rayan, age 39, and Madam, age 54, yielded 255 grams of suspected shabu when arrested around 2:30 a.m. on Sunday in Barangay Singkang Airport, Palocot City, Negros Occidental. The suspects were placed under police custody pending the filing of complaints against them for violation of Republic Act 9165, otherwise known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. The confiscated pieces of evidence were brought to the Negros Occidental Provisional Forensic Unit for documentation and proper disposition. Four regional tripartite wages and productivity boards have scheduled public consultations this month to discuss possible adjustments of salaries for minimum wage earners and domestic helpers. Regions 2, Cagayan Valley, 3, Central Luzon, 7, Central Visayas, and 12, Sorsogon will conduct consultations with stakeholders, Department of Labor and Employment Secretary Bienvenido Guzman said in a press briefing on Friday. The process started this month, he said. On August 8, RDWPB Calabarzon held its public consultation in Dasmariñas City, Cavite. The last wage adjustment in the region took effect on September 24, 2023. Logasma said more public consultations will be held from September until January 2025. Regions 1 Ilos Region, 6 Western Visayas, and 9 Zamboanga Peninsula will begin their reviews in September. The Cordillera Oral Momomas region, Mimaropa, Bicol, and Eastern Visayas will have their turn in October. The public consultations for Northern Mindanao and Caraga will be in November, while the Davao region will start in January, Logasma said. The Securities and Exchange Commission has warned the public against a company that entices potential investors without the necessary permits and whose corporate name mimics President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s initials and words associated with his administration. The SEC on Saturday said the corporate registration of Bagong Bansang Maharlika International Incorporated had been revoked since November last year for illegal investment solicitation. According to the corporate watchdog, BBM International collected membership fees from residents of local communities and promised to provide food, free education, free hospitalization, and cash assistance to Filipinos aged 1 year old and above. The company also used Marcos photos in its marketing materials, creating a false impression that its programs are legitimate and sanctioned by the current administration, the SEC said in a statement. The Commission revoked the company's permit in November 2023, 3 months after SEC gave it a warning. However, the SEC found out that BBM International continued to be active in parts of the Visayas and Mindanao despite the revocation order. Under Section 28 of Republic Act No. 8799 or the Securities Regulation Code, those who sell securities without the necessary permits face up to 5 million pesos in fines or imprisonment of up to 21 years or both. The Department of Energy expected a fuel price cut of as much as 2.50 pesos per liter next week. Rodela Romero, director of the DOE's All Industry Management Bureau, said the per liter prices of gasoline may be reduced by 2.30 pesos to 2.50 pesos. The prices of diesel and kerosene may also be slashed by 1.90 pesos to 2.10 pesos and 2.35 pesos to 2.40 pesos per liter, respectively. In an advisory over the weekend, Unioil also said that the per liter prices of diesel may drop by 1.80 pesos to 2 pesos. Gasoline prices may also see a reduction of 2.10 pesos to 2.30 pesos a liter. If fuel retailers impose these downward adjustments, next week will mark the third consecutive week of cuts for gasoline and the fifth for diesel and kerosene. All companies usually announce their price movements every Monday, which would take effect the following day. The local government of Santa Maria, Bulacan has temporarily ceased the operations of a plant producing steel ankle bars for allegedly violating local regulations and safety procedures. In the suspension order dated August 8, Mayor Bartolome Ramos said High Tension Industrial Corporation failed to secure a permit to operate from the Environmental Management Bureau and a building or occupancy permit from the town's building official. The company also reportedly has problems in the filing of the annual income tax return for the year 2023. In connection to this, I hereby order to temporarily suspend your business operations effective immediately until compliance of deficient documents, the mayor said. Please be reminded that failure to abide this order, the municipality may take legal action on this matter, the local chief executive warned. A notice of closure was already placed on the plant's gate, citing the company's violations of the Revenue Code of Santa Maria, the Environmental Impact Statement System, the National Building Code of the Philippines, the Sanitary Code of the Philippines, and the Real Property Tax Code. The firm was the subject of a complaint filed by environmental group NGO Seeds Philippines, or PH, for allegedly running the facility without an updated environmental clearance certificate and permits to operate pollution control facilities. Seeds PH earlier said the plant was manufacturing and selling substandard angle parts using its obsolete and environmentally destructive induction furnace. The use of induction furnace to melt metals has been controversial since China banned it due to environmental concerns in 2017. Earlier last year, a town in Pampanga also prohibited the use of induction furnaces following reports of respiratory illnesses among residents. Seeds PH Secretary General Donald Cristino urged the Department of Environment and Natural Resources and Department of Trade and Industry to take decisive actions against establishments that are operating without regard for the environment and the health of the public. It's 12:10 in the afternoon, and we will have more headlines coming up right here on koolNews at noon. Again, 12:10 in the afternoon. We will be right back. Welcome back to Cool News at Noon. 2 years after she won the most number of votes for any Filipino for any office in the country, Vice President Sara Duterte's net satisfaction rating dropped to its lowest level according to the latest survey of the social weather stations. SWS still classified the result as good since 65% of respondents said they were still satisfied with Duterte's performance, while 21% were dissatisfied and 40% were undecided. But the survey, conducted from June 23 to July 1, found that her net satisfaction rating of positive 44 points, satisfied minus the dissatisfied, was her lowest since being elected in 2022. Duterte garnered a net satisfaction rating of positive 73 points in October 2022 and later soared to positive 77 points in December 2022, but it settled at an average of 64.5 positive points throughout 2023. Last March, her net satisfaction rating was at positive 64 points. Compared with the March 2024 survey, Duterte's gross satisfaction decreased by 10 percentage points from 75%, while her net satisfaction rating fell by 90 points from very good to good. The survey also found that Duterte's net satisfaction rating dropped among urban and rural areas, age groups, genders, graduates, and non-graduates compared with the March 2024 survey. Duterte's net satisfaction rating fell in Luzon outside of Metro Manila from positive 55 points to positive 31 points, and Visayas from positive 69 points to positive 47 points, both from very good to good. It also fell in Metro Manila from positive 49 points to positive 32 points, both good, while it remained excellent in Mindanao from positive 80 points to positive 73 points. Among age groups, the Vice President's net satisfaction rating also fell among those 25 to 34-year-olds from excellent, positive 74 points to very good, positive 59 points, 55 years old and above from very good, positive 57 points to moderate, positive 27 points, 18 to 24-year-olds from 65 positive points to 37 positive points, and 45 to 54-year-olds from positive 61 points to positive 42 points, both from very good to good. It changed slightly from 62 positive points to 59 positive points, both very good among the 34 to 44-year-olds. Duterte's net satisfaction also fell among college graduates from positive 62 positive points to positive 40 points, junior high graduates from positive 64 to positive 43 points. In graduates from positive 60 points to positive 42 points, all from very good to good. While it fell among non-elementary graduates from positive 65 to positive 54, both are very good levels. By local, Duterte's net satisfaction in both rural and urban areas was good at positive 46 points and positive 42 points respectively. It, however, fell by 22 points from very good, positive 68 in rural areas, and 16 points from very good, positive 58 points in urban areas. Duterte received a very good net satisfaction rating from women at positive 50 points and good among men at positive 37 points. Her net satisfaction fell by 17 points among women and 21 points from among men. On June 19, before the survey period, Duterte resigned as Secretary of the Department of Education DepEd and as Vice Chair of the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict. Beyond Duterte's apparent falling out with members of the Marcos administration, she has been criticized for her alleged lack of expertise as an educator handling DepEd, as well as her silence on China's maritime aggression in the West Philippine Sea. The survey also included other top officials whose ratings improved compared to previous surveys. The survey reported that 64% of adult Filipinos are satisfied with the performance of Senate President Francis Escudero with 17 points dissatisfied and 17% undecided. This gives him a net satisfaction rating of positive 47, which is equivalent to good. This is the first time Escudero was surveyed after taking oath as Senate President on May 20, replacing Senator Juan Michael Subiri. Speaker Martin Romeo Altes On the other hand, received a rating of moderate, positive 29, with 53% satisfied. 24% is 24% disqualified, dissatisfied, and 20% undecided. His net satisfaction rating was an improvement from the moderate, positive 30 points in March 2024. Chief Justice Alexander Guzmundo, meanwhile, satisfied 51% of Filipinos, while 20% were unsatisfied and 23% undecided. He received a rating of good, positive 32 points, also another improvement from the moderate, positive 30 points he received in March 2024. And now let's get into the headlines from around the world as Kamala Harris now leads Donald Trump in three crucial battleground states, according to new polls published Saturday, apparently eroding the advantage the former president has enjoyed there over the past year. The polls of likely voters by the New York Times and Siena College show Democratic presidential candidate Harris leading her Republican rival Trump by an identical 50% to 46% margin in Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Under the U.S. Electoral College voting system, those three populous Midwestern states are considered key to victory for either party. Harris' apparent lead is within the poll's average margin of error of 44.5 points. Nevertheless, the polls show a shift compared to previous surveys in those states, which for nearly a year had shown Trump either tied with or slightly leading Democratic President Joe Biden. Biden dropped out of the White House race last month and endorsed Harris instead. The polling also showed that voters still prefer Trump on the key issues of the economy and immigration, though Harris had a 24-point advantage when voters were asked who they trust on the question of abortion. Against the new polls, questioning their methodology and suggesting they were released with the clear intent and purpose of depressing support for President Trump. Much can change in the nearly 3 months before the November 5 election. Democrats, in any case, have taken heart in the surge of enthusiasm that has greeted Harris' candidacy, with many expressing relief after 81-year-old Biden stepped aside. Her announcement Tuesday of Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate also appears to have energized Democrats. The Harris-Walz surge helped cut short a rise in support for Trump that followed the July 13th attempt on his life and the Republicans' successful national convention last month. But Harris enjoyed an even bigger bump in favorability, up 10 points among registered voters in Pennsylvania in just a month, the Times Siena polling found. Voters said they saw her as more intelligent than Trump and having a better temperament to govern. Trump, his running mate, J.D. Vance, and other Republicans have tried an array of attacks meant to weaken Harris, with Trump even questioning her racial identity. But the new polls show Democrats strongly supporting the younger and more vigorous Harris, who with Walz has been campaigning at a furious pace this week in swing states. Among Democrats, voter satisfaction with their choice of candidates has shot up by 27 points in the three Midwestern states since May, the polls found. 3 months ago, it was Republicans who expressed a higher level of satisfaction. The surveys were conducted between August 5 and 9 with at least 600 voters in each state. And now getting into the showbiz entertainment happenings as Suga of BTS was fully drunk with a blood alcohol level of over 0.2% when he fell to the ground in Seoul earlier this week while driving an electric scooter, police said Friday, August 9. Suga has been booked for investigation after being found lying on the ground in Hongsan District, Central Seoul on Tuesday night after falling off his electric scooter while driving under the influence of alcohol. Police said Friday that a breathalyzer test conducted on the day of the accident showed Suga's blood alcohol concentration was 0.227% at the time. The figure is significantly higher than 0.08%, a level that warrants the revocation of a driver's license. Suka reportedly told the police on the night of the accident that he drank about a cup of beer. The Road Traffic Act stipulates a prison sentence of between 1 and 2 years or a fine ranging from 5 million won on $3,659 to 10 million won for drunk driving with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08% or above. But for drunk driving with an alcohol level of 0.2 or percent or higher, the law stipulates a heftier punishment of a prison sentence between 2 and 5 years or a fine ranging from 10 million won to 20 million won. On Wednesday, the 31-year-old rapper wrote an apology on the K-pop fan community platform Weverse, saying he feels sorry for disappointing fans and will take full responsibility for his actions. Suga has been serving as a social service agent, an alternative form of military service in South Korea since March. He is scheduled to be discharged in June next year. And that is it for Cool News at noon. As always, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And we will be back with more headlines later with Cool News at 4, 6, and Prime Time at 9. Until then, I'm Haro. Good afternoon.